My dear friends, I've given some tzedakah today, and how come an entire Torah portion is called, named after a wicked Jew hater, Balak, who called upon another Jew hater, Bilam, to come and curse the Jews. And the whole whole section of the Torah is called on his name, named after him. And in addition to it, in that section, what do we have in that portion? We have the prophecy, the most beautiful prophecy, where Bilam, the Jew hater, prophesizes about the ultimate redemption. Now, couldn't this be more appropriate that this be called on the name of Moshe Rabbeinu, who is actually the first and the last Redeemer? So the Rebbe explains, he says that's exactly the point. Because redemption has to affect everyone, and will affect everyone, will redeem everyone, even individuals such as Balak and Bilams. And we have those prophets, no, but Balak's Jew haters, we've got plenty. Even they will recognize the truth of Moshiach and the truth of Torah and the particular place the Jewish people have in the purpose of creation of the world, redeeming the entire world, and the entire world benefiting by it. But here we see a very interesting thing. We see the difference between how Moshe Rabbeinu prophesizes about the coming of Mashiach and how Bilam, the parsha of this week. In the Devarim, later on, there the pasuk says, when Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to the Jewish people, and he says to the following, V'shavta ad Hashem Elokecha, and you will return to God. V'shemata b'koiloi, you will listen to his voice. According to all which I command you today. You, your children, with your entire heart, with your entire soul. And then it says, and then God will return the captivity, and he will have compassion upon you. And he will then return and gather from all the peoples which God has scattered you, and basically telling the time of the final redemption, the ingathering of the Jewish people. We will all go back to Yerushalayim, to Eretz Yisrael, to the complete biblical borders of Eretz Yisrael. And he says, you do teshuvah, you repent, and this is going to happen. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu says. When we're looking at the prophecy of Bilam, he doesn't give a proviso, repenting and then it will happen. He says clearly, I see it, but not now. I behold it, but it's not soon. And what? Dorach kochav mi Yaakov, a star has gone forth from Jacob, become shevet mi Yisrael, and a staff will arise from Israel, etc. Which this is the whole discussion, the prophecy about the coming of Moshiach. So how come that Moshe Rabbeinu gives a proviso? He says, "V'shavtat Hashem Elokecha," you will be returning, you will repent, you will return to God, and then it will happen. Bilam doesn't give any conditions. Unconditional. God will redeem you. I see it. Albeit I see it in the future, but I see it. There will be a time when God will redeem you. So there's a very interesting explanation by the Reb Chaim Yeshaya Kohen in the Sefer Ketzah Plois, and he says the following. There are two possibilities on how and when Mashiach can come. There's Be'itoy and Achisheno. In its ultimate final time, or it could be hastened. How could it be hastened? When we deserve it earlier, it's going to come earlier. If it's a situation that we don't really deserve it, but it is the time for it to come, as God had set forth in the creation of the world. There is an ultimate time when it must come. Then it is not depending on our deserving. Moshe Rabbeinu, the ultimate shepherd of the Jewish people, in his infinite love for his Jewish people, in infinite care for the Jewish people, obviously he says, I want it to come earlier. I want to hasten it. So he says to the Yiddish Kinderlach, V'shavta, repent, and you will have it earlier. Bilam, although he's prophesying about the redemption, but he's not interested in it happening earlier. He wants it as late as possible. So that's why he's talking about it in an unconditional, non-depending on anything, and in words, I see it by, in fact, he's saying, I see it far away. So although he prophesies of it, but we want it like Moshe Rabbeinu, and we want it, Eibishter, today.